Centuries ago, Gregory, a valiant warrior of the Falcon Group, fulfilled his sacred duty to protect humanity from supernatural threats by trapping the malevolent mistress beneath a formidable rock chamber. For hundreds of years, the world knew peace. However, the ominous blood moon arrived, a night when the moon turned crimson and the mistress's powers surged dramatically, enabling her to shatter her ancient prison and escape. Tynam's destiny unveiled. In a quaint village, the urgent peal of bells signaled a cry for help. The aged Gregory, now retired from his active duties, was sought out by his devoted assistant, William. As they prepared to depart, arrogant royal soldiers mocked Gregory's age. Undeterred, Gregory swiftly taught them a lesson in respect before gathering his mystical supplies. Their destination was an old church, where a young girl was ensnared by the mistress's dark magic. Gregory immediately recognized the witch's return. With a surge of power, he compelled the mistress's spirit to abandon the child. Enraged, the mistress, now in her terrifying dragon form, threatened Gregory and attempted to flee. Yet, Silver, her enduring weakness, proved her undoing. Gregory and William, utilizing silver chains, managed to recapture her. But in a desperate act, before being fully confined, the mistress seized William, absorbing his life force to amplify her already formidable powers. Recognizing the global threat she posed, Gregory made a heart-wrenching decision. He engulfed the entire cage, with the mistress inside, in flames. Unbeknownst to him, years of confinement had only intensified her power, allowing her to burst free and vanish once more. Meanwhile, in a nearby village, a young man named Tynam had been plagued by unsettling visions of spirits. The seventh son of a seventh son, destined to possess extraordinary supernatural abilities. Master Gregory, aware of Tynam's destiny, arrived to recruit him. Tynam, having seen Gregory in his visions, eagerly agreed to join him. Though Tynam's mother was initially hesitant, she eventually acquiesced, providing him with a protective amulet to ward off evil during his journey. The mistress's vengeance and Alice's deception. The mistress, now free, returned to her dilapidated castle, a shadow of its former glory. There, she discovered her sister, Lizzie, scarred and ravaged by Gregory's past assault. With a mere flick of her wrist, the mistress restored Lizzie's beauty, then transformed her crumbling fortress into a magnificent royal palace. Gregory and Tynam's quest led them to a bustling market, where they intervened in the public burning of a young woman accused of witchcraft. Tynam, claiming to be Master Gregory's assistant, successfully diffused the situation. He recognized the woman Alice from his visions, though she remained elusive about her identity, asking Tynam to keep their encounter secret from Gregory. Alice, it was revealed, was a half-witch, half-human, and an agent of the mistress's sister, Lizzie, tasked with spying on Tynam and Gregory. The mistress, pleased with Alice's progress, instructed her to maintain close surveillance. As Gregory and Tynam traversed a treacherous forest, Tynam found himself disoriented by its illusions. They soon encountered a demon, terrifying Tynam, but Gregory calmly assured him it was merely a friendly acquaintance. Gregory then led Tynam to his home, where a portrait confirmed Gregory's affiliation with the Falcon Group, a clandestine order dedicated to combating both dangerous spirits and witches, of which Gregory was the last surviving member. Gregory sought to test Tynam's prowess against witches, but Tynam's hunting skills proved lacking. Later that night, a demonic assassin, dispatched by the mistress, materialized at the doorstep. Gregory swiftly dispatched the creature, saving Tynam. However, Gregory's disappointment in Tynam's reluctance to fight was palpable. As Gregory turned to leave, Tynam, with surprising precision, hurled a sword that embedded itself in the wall before Gregory, revealing Tynam's latent talent for marksmanship. Gregory then revealed the truth about the mistress, a powerful queen of witches, imprisoned for centuries, now free and gathering a formidable army of dark entities to unleash chaos upon the world. That same night, Alice once again sought Tynum, this time to extract information about Gregory's secret plans. Unaware of her true intentions, Tynum innocently revealed their impending attack on the mistress's castle. Alice, her affection for Tynum growing, urged him to abandon his dangerous quest. The next day, Tynum and Gregory set out for the mistress's fortress. Their path was intercepted by royal soldiers, requesting Gregory's aid in subduing a monstrous, bear-like creature named York, held captive by the king. Gregory and Tynum successfully confined York. Gregory then handed Tynum a torch, instructing him to deliver the killing blow. Yet, Tynum's compassionate nature prevented him from taking a life, forcing Gregory to complete the grim task. Gregory, frustrated by Tynum's hesitation, chastised him, questioning his ability to defeat the mistress if he couldn't even vanquish York. Disillusioned, Gregory declared Tynum's service redundant and continued his journey to confront the mistress alone. Alice, observing Tynum's solitary figure, approached him. From their conversation, she learned of York's demise, deeply regretting the loss of her ally. However, her love for Tynum had blossomed, making her unwilling to see him harmed. Their shared affection drew them together, and they spent the night in each other's arms. During his sleep, Tynum experienced another prophetic vision, the mistress striking down Gregory. Realizing the dire consequences of leaving Gregory to face the mistress alone, and the impending doom if the mistress triumphed, Tynum resolved to find Gregory, leaving Alice behind. A father's secret and a hero's awakening. Tynum soon found Gregory, who had been expecting him, having already discerned Tynum's burgeoning affection for a witch. Gregory then revealed a profound secret. He too had once loved the mistress. However, his subsequent marriage to another shattered her, driving her to unleash her destructive powers. Gregory was then forced to feign love for her once more to imprison her. He warned Tynum that Alice, being a witch, would eventually reveal her true colors. As Gregory, Tynum, and their companion pressed on, a monster sent by the mistress ambushed them. Gregory urged them to flee, explaining the creature's formidable nature. They sought refuge in a cave, hiding behind a large rock. The monster pursued them relentlessly, forcing them to leap into a body of water. Gregory believed the monster feared water, but his assumption proved false as the creature plunged in after them, seizing Tynum. Tynum, displaying newfound courage, bravely battled the monster, striking its head with his sword. Despite their valiant efforts, they plummeted down a towering waterfall, the powerful current ensuring the monster's demise. Miraculously, Gregory and Tynum survived the perilous fall. The amulet's power and a mother's sacrifice. Upon reaching the shore, Tynum was ambushed by Lizzie, the mistress's sister. As Lizzie's sword touched the amulet around Tynum's neck, a powerful reflective force repelled her, sending her sprawling. Lizzie recognized the amulet as her sister, the mistress's own, and immediately relayed this crucial information. Meanwhile, Gregory, elated by Tynum's victory over Lizzie, revealed the amulet's history. It had belonged to the mistress but was stolen years ago by another witch, leading to the decline of her powers and Gregory's successful capture. Tynum, connecting the dots, realized with shock that his own mother was also a witch. At the mistress's castle, Alice was confronted with a grim proposition. The mistress, now aware that Tynum possessed her amulet, offered to spare Tynum's life in exchange for its retrieval. Alice, desperate to save Tynum, agreed and set off to acquire the amulet. With Alice gone, the mistress, in her true form, launched a devastating assault on a nearby city, where Tynum's family resided. Amidst the chaos, Tynum's mother, a witch herself, valiantly fought against the mistress's forces to protect the innocent. News of her defiance swiftly reached the mistress, who immediately recognized the rogue witch as the one who had stolen her amulet years ago. Enraged, the mistress incinerated Tynam's mother, turning her to ash, and continued her destructive rampage. The final confrontation. Gregory and Tynam, nearing their destination, discovered Alice bound to a pillar. Gregory suspected a trap, but Tynam, filled with concern, released her. This was indeed Alice's ruse. She kissed Tynam, subtly removing the amulet from his neck before vanishing. Gregory, seething, pressed his sword against Tynam's throat, explaining Alice's deception and her true motive. Tynam, heartbroken, raced into the forest, with Gregory in close pursuit. However, the mistress's monstrous army awaited them. Their companion was cast into a ravine, and Gregory was captured, destined to face the mistress. Gregory believed Tynam and his companion were lost. Tynam, unconscious, experienced another vision, this time of his mother. She revealed her departure from this world, confirming her identity as a witch, but emphasized that not all witches are evil. She also spoke of her marriage to Tynam's father, and how Tynam was a brave warrior, endowed with the power to defeat the mistress. Gregory was brought before the mistress. It was the night of the moon, a time when the mistress's powers would reach their zenith, especially with her amulet, capable of annihilating the world. Alice, upon learning of Tynam's supposed death from a soldier, was consumed by rage, accusing the mistress of breaking her word. As the moon turned red, the mistress began her ritual. The amulet, bathed in moonlight, began to draw Gregory towards her. But before the ritual could be completed, Alice snatched the amulet from the mistress's neck, freeing Gregory from her magic. Enraged, the mistress transformed into her monstrous form, pursuing Alice. Lizzie, however, intervened, revealing her true form to protect her daughter and engaging the mistress in a fierce aerial battle. Meanwhile, one of the mistress's warriors advanced on Gregory, who challenged him to a fight as a human. Tynam and Gregory's friend arrived, and Tynam, regaining his amulet, bravely confronted the mistress's forces. Both fought valiantly, decimating the enemy soldiers. As Gregory engaged Radu in a brutal duel, Alice joined the fray. The mistress attempted to kill Alice, but Lizzie courageously intercepted her. A furious battle erupted between the two sisters in the sky. Below, Gregory defeated Radu with his own weapon, while Tynam once again saved Alice from peril. The two sisters plummeted to the ground, where Lizzie, in her dying breath, pleaded with the mistress to spare Alice, her life's sole purpose. The mistress, merciless, struck Lizzie down before Alice's eyes. With her army annihilated and her amulet in Tynam's possession, the mistress's defeat was inevitable. In her final moments, she reminisced about the joyous times she shared with Gregory, but her resentment for his betrayal remained. As Gregory approached, she seized him, but Tynam, with a decisive blow of his sword, ended the mistress's reign, setting her entire kingdom ablaze. Gregory, proud of Tynam's bravery, acknowledged him. Alice approached Tynam, understanding that his destiny, like Gregory's, was to protect the world. She gracefully let him go. However, when Tynam offered to join Gregory and his friend, Gregory advised him that he was now a warrior in his own right, destined to remain and protect his own kingdom and people. With that, Gregory departed with his friend, leaving Tynam and Alice to unite, bringing the movie to a close.